A man was driving through a small town when he saw a crowd gathered around a fruit vendor's stall. The man stopped his car, got out, and walked over to the stall. He found an old man sitting there with a pile of pencils in front of him. The man had never seen the old man before, but something about the sight of the pencils caught his attention. So he asked the old man, "How come you have so many pencils?" The old man looked up at the man and said, "These are no ordinary pencils. These pencils were made from my own hair." The man was taken aback by the old man's words and couldn't help but ask, "What do you mean? How did you make these pencils?" The old man smiled mysteriously and said, "That's a story." And with that, he began his tale. The old man said, "I used to be just like you, full of dreams and hopes for the future. I had big plans and wanted to make a difference in the world, but life had other plans for me. One day I got sick, and soon I realized that my time was running out. I knew I didn't want to spend my remaining days just lying in bed, feeling sorry for myself. So I started thinking about what I could do. That's when I remembered a quote I once read, "When life gives you lemons, make lemonade." It meant that even in the toughest situations, you can find a way to make something positive. So I started thinking, how could I make the most of the time I had left? I thought about my hobbies and the things I enjoyed doing. I love to draw, so I thought maybe I could make some art, but then I realized that I wasn't very good at it. I also thought about writing, but I knew I wasn't a great writer either. Then it hit me. I was always good at math and science, so why not make some educational comics and books for kids? And that's exactly what I did. I spent my days researching and writing, and when the sun went down, I would sit at my desk and draw. I poured everything into my work, my heart, my soul, my love, my passion. I wanted to create something that would make a difference in the world and inspire kids to love learning. But sadly, after a few months, my health took a turn for the worse, and I knew I wouldn't be able to finish my project. I felt so frustrated and disappointed in myself. I had worked so hard, but I wasn't able to finish what I started. But then I remembered that quote, "When life gives you lemons, make lemonade." I had pencils, so I decided to make pencil holders. At first, it was just a hobby, but then people started buying them and asking for more. So I started making more pencil holders, but then I ran out of wood. So I thought, what should I do now? Then I remembered another quote, "Be water, my friend." I knew I needed to be flexible and think of something else. That's when I started using my hair to make pencils. I collected my hair, and with the help of a few friends, I turned it into pencils. And that's how I ended up here selling my pencils. As the old man finished his story, the young man looked at the pencils in a whole new light. He could feel the passion and love that the old man had put into his work. He bought all the pencils from the old man and left with a newfound determination to never give up in the face of adversity. From that day on, the young man became a regular customer, visiting the old man whenever he could. He would sit for hours listening to the old man's stories and learn from his wisdom and resilience. If you too ever find yourself stuck in a difficult situation, remember the story of the broken pencil. When life gives you lemons, don't just make lemonade. Make something even better. And when all seems lost, remember the words of the wise old man, "Be water, my friend." Let your spirit flow and adapt to the changing circumstances. You never know what opportunities might arise from the most unexpected of places. Stay open, stay positive, and keep moving forward. Remember, even in the darkest of times, there is always hope. Keep going and you will see the sunshine again.